Welcome back to Stoic Golden Tribe, where men come to learn truth, not fairy tales. In this world, loyalty is rare, and deception wears perfume. Every man deserves honesty, but sometimes what looks like love is a game of illusion, a performance designed to hide betrayal. When women cheat, they rarely do it impulsively. They do it strategically, with silence, with charm, with tricks that most men never notice until it's far too late. This isn't about hate, it's about awareness, because when you see through the illusion, you stop being controlled by it. You stop begging for honesty and start demanding respect. In today's video, we're breaking down 10 tricks women use to get away with cheating, so you can recognize the signs, guard your peace, and keep your dignity intact. But before we begin, if you value truth, self-respect, and emotional strength, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with a brother who needs to hear this message today. Because the modern man doesn't cry over betrayal, he learns from it. He grows wiser, colder, and more powerful. This is Stoic Golden Tribe. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The quiet shift, emotional distance, that looks like busy. Every betrayal begins with silence, not with lies, not with secrets, but with distance. You'll notice it first in her tone. The warmth that used to live in her voice turns mechanical. The spark that once danced in her eyes becomes faint. She's still there, but not really. At first, she tells you she's just tired, just busy, or just stressed. And because you care, you believe her. You give her space, you stay patient, and you convince yourself she'll come back around. But what you don't see is that busy has become her new shield. It's the easiest trick to hide emotional withdrawal, because no man can argue with work, stress, or exhaustion. When a woman begins to cheat, her first affair is not with another man, it's with her freedom. She starts investing her time, attention, and energy elsewhere. She reclaims privacy. She guards her phone more carefully. Her schedule becomes unpredictable. The same woman who once craved your presence now subtly avoids your company. She will disguise emotional distance as independence, and if you question it, she'll make you feel guilty for not trusting her. She'll say things like, "Why are you being so insecure?" or "Can't I have my own life?" She'll make you doubt yourself while she quietly rewrites the rules of your relationship. But here's the truth. Genuine independence is shared and open. Deceptive distance is secretive and cold. One grows love, the other kills it slowly. A wise man doesn't react with panic. He observes. He watches patterns, not moments, because one late night means nothing. But when those nights multiply, when her explanations grow thinner, when the connection feels hollow, that's no longer coincidence. That's intention. In those moments, never chase. The moment you start chasing explanations, you start losing dignity. Instead, you hold your ground, you give her space, not as permission but as a test, because real love returns on its own, deception keeps running. And if she truly is busy, she'll make time again. If she's hiding something, she'll get more defensive. Silence and avoidance will expose what words try to conceal. The Stoic man doesn't fight for clarity, he embodies it. He understands that people reveal themselves through consistency. So he watches, he listens, he lets truth unfold because time always exposes what people try to hide. When she starts to drift, don't beg her to stay. Become the kind of man who doesn't need to beg, the man whose peace is too valuable to be disturbed by deception. Her distance might hurt, but your calm awareness will protect your soul from manipulation. Comment below. Have you ever noticed someone grow distant and call it being busy? How did you handle it? Did you confront them or let their actions speak louder? Chapter 2. The Perfect Alibi. How she hides in plain sight. Some betrayals don't hide in the shadows. They stand proudly in the light. This is the kind of deception that looks so normal, so casual, that you'd never suspect a thing. It's the illusion of innocence, the mask of nothing's wrong. When a woman decides to cheat, She doesn't always erase her tracks. She often leaves them in plain view, disguised under social media posts, casual friendships, and stories that make perfect sense. The truth isn't buried deep. It's right there, wrapped in charm, humor, and pictures of fun nights out. She knows the oldest trick in the book. If you want to hide something, make it visible. She'll post selfies that say, "Look how happy I am." She'll tag her friends just enough to make everything look normal. She'll even mention her male co-worker or old friend in passing. So if you ever see or hear the name later, you'll think, "Oh, that's just her friend." This is not carelessness, it's strategy. She knows that suspicion grows in silence, not in openness. So she overshares the safe parts of her life while carefully hiding the real story. And you, being the loyal man you are, see the surface and assume it's the full picture. Her phone becomes her stage. Every photo, every post, every caption is a performance of stability. She might even post about you occasionally to keep up the image that everything's fine. Meanwhile, the truth lives in private messages, hidden stories, and late-night chats that never make it to the public eye. And if you ever question her about it, she'll laugh. She'll say, "You're overthinking." She'll show you her phone, but only the clean parts, never the places that matter. You'll see what she allows you to see, and she'll make you feel guilty for even doubting her. But remember this, transparency is not when someone shows you what's safe to see. True transparency is when there's nothing left to hide. The Stoic man doesn't become paranoid, he becomes aware. He doesn't waste energy stalking her online or scrolling through clues. Instead, he watches her consistency, her stories, her timing, her tone, her body language. Because lies may sound smooth, but energy never lies. You can fake a smile, but not peace. You can post pictures of joy, but not the energy of honesty. If she's living double, her presence will eventually feel divided. You'll sense her distraction. Her laughter will feel rehearsed. Her attention will seem borrowed from somewhere else, and your spirit, if you listen to it, will tell you something's off long before the truth ever comes out. This is why calm awareness is a man's greatest weapon. When you stay composed, you force the mask to slip. Deception feeds on your confusion but dies in the face of stillness. Your calmness exposes what her words try to hide. So never let appearances blind you. People show you who they are when they think you're not looking, in how they treat time, in who they message when you're asleep, in what they protect with secrecy. Stay observant, not obsessive. Stay calm, not careless. The moment you stop chasing explanations and start studying behavior, you begin to see the truth behind the performance. She can hide the details, but she cannot hide the shift in her soul. That's where the truth always lives. Beyond the filters, beyond the smiles, beyond the stories. If you've ever seen someone act perfectly innocent while your instincts told you otherwise, drop a comment below and share your story. Someone else might need to hear it. Chapter 3. The Manipulation Game. When she makes you doubt your own mind. This is one of the cruelest tricks of all. The ability to twist truth until you start questioning your own memory. It's not about lies anymore. It's about control. About shaping your reality until you begin to doubt your own senses. A woman who cheats and wants to hide it knows she can't always control what you see. But she can control what you believe about what you saw. That's where manipulation begins. It starts small. You ask about something that doesn't add up, and she acts confused. She'll look you dead in the eye and say, "I never said that," or "You're imagining things." She flips the script so fast you begin to wonder, am I really losing it? Then comes the guilt. She makes you feel bad for even asking questions. Suddenly, you're the one apologizing for wanting clarity. She paints herself as the victim, saying things like, "I can't believe you don't trust me after everything." And without realizing it, you start defending her while doubting yourself. That's not love. That's mental warfare. A manipulative woman knows emotions are more powerful than logic. She won't argue with facts, she'll argue with feelings. She'll cry, play vulnerable, or make you feel like you're the problem. She'll remind you of your past mistakes, so you lose the moral ground to question hers. This way, you stop looking for truth and start seeking her approval again. But here's the truth. When someone truly loves you, they don't fear questions. They welcome them. They don't make you feel insane for wanting reassurance. Real love speaks clearly. Manipulation hides behind confusion. Many men lose themselves in this stage. They begin to overthink, replaying conversations, wondering if they really misunderstood something. They lose confidence. Their voice grows weaker, while hers grows louder. That's how emotional control works. Not through shouting, but through subtle erosion of your certainty. But a Stoic man understands one principle. Truth does not require defense. If something feels off, it usually is. Your intuition is the quiet whisper of your mind observing what your heart refuses to see. The best response to manipulation is not anger, it's clarity. When she denies what you know is true, stay calm. Repeat what you observed with precision and patience. You don't need to convince her, you need to anchor yourself in reality. When she changes the story, you don't chase the new version. You stand on what you saw. When she blames you for asking questions, you don't defend your suspicion. You simply say, "I asked because I care about truth." That single sentence disarms manipulation because it shifts the power back to principle, not emotion. Remember, manipulation thrives when you react. It weakens when you remain centered. A calm man is the hardest man to deceive. And here's something most men don't realize. A woman who manipulates you into silence isn't just hiding betrayal. She's testing how much of yourself you'll surrender to keep her. The more you compromise your reality to please her, the easier it becomes for her to betray you again. So don't let love turn you blind. Let it make you wiser. Let it teach you to love without losing yourself. Because once you lose your peace, no relationship is worth keeping. Every time she twists the truth, she's not erasing the evidence. She's revealing her fear. Only liars fear truth. Only cheaters fear questions. So never fear being called paranoid when your heart senses dishonesty. Trust your awareness, stand your ground, and never let manipulation make you forget who you are. If you've ever been in a situation where someone made you question your own reality, drop a comment below and tell me what helped you find clarity again. Chapter 4. The Final Stage. When she thinks she's won. Every deception has a pattern. At first, it's emotional distance, then it's distraction, then denial. But when she believes she's gotten away with it, that's when the real test begins. Because betrayal doesn't just reveal her character, it exposes yours. The final trick is simple but deadly. She acts normal again. After weeks or months of lies, she suddenly becomes calm, affectionate, and present. She tells you she loves you more than ever. She starts cooking your favorite meals again, talking about the future, laughing like nothing ever happened. And for a moment, you start to believe maybe you were wrong. Maybe you were too suspicious. Maybe you overreacted. That's exactly how she wins. By resetting the rhythm so your intuition grows quiet again. But understand this. That sudden peace is not love, it's damage control. When a woman who's been acting distant suddenly becomes extra loving without any reason, it's not affection, it's distraction. She wants to restore your comfort so you stop asking questions. She'll tell you things like, "I just realized how much you mean to me," or "I've been thinking about us a lot lately." But her eyes still flicker when she says it. Her tone still trembles when you ask for details. She's not reconnecting, she's covering tracks. A wise man doesn't celebrate sudden affection after weeks of distance. He observes. He lets time reveal if it's change or performance. You see, deception always demands energy. It's exhausting to maintain lies. That's why liars eventually slip. They forget what story they told last week, they overcompensate, they act too perfect, and the calm man who watches with quiet awareness always catches the truth. not because he spies, but because he listens to what energy never hides. This is where many men lose themselves. They finally see the truth and break. They scream, they beg, they confront with anger, but anger never restores respect. It just shows you've lost control. The Stoic man, however, chooses a different path. He doesn't chase closure, he creates it. He doesn't beg for honesty, he accepts reality, because once deception has entered the home, the relationship will never be the same, not unless both people rebuild it from truth. If she confesses, forgive if you can, but never forget what it taught you. If she denies even when the proof is clear, that's your answer and your exit. Silence can be louder than confession. The moment you stop arguing and start detaching, you take back your power. You begin to heal the moment you stop trying to make her understand the pain she caused, because she already knows. She just didn't care enough to stop. A real man doesn't punish betrayal with revenge. He punishes it with distance. He walks away with composure and lets peace become his answer. Revenge is loud, but silence terrifies the guilty. Don't let betrayal destroy your faith in love. Let it refine your standards. Let it build discipline in your heart, strength in your mind, and wisdom in your soul. Because someday another woman will come, one who values loyalty like breath, and you'll be ready to love again, not as a broken man, but as a stronger one. Remember, the man who sees through lies is powerful, but the man who remains calm after discovering them, he's untouchable. So when she thinks she's won, just smile inwardly. Because you've already won the moment you stop needing her truth to validate your peace. You no longer chase answers. You live in awareness. That's the final victory. And that's the heart of a Stoic man. If you've ever walked away from betrayal and found peace again, drop a comment below and let a brother know how you rebuilt your strength. Your words might help another man rise today. Betrayal will always test a man's strength. It hurts, it burns, and it shakes the soul. But it's also one of life's most brutal teachers. When someone betrays you, they don't just reveal who they are. They reveal what you were blind to. You learn the power of detachment. You learn that peace is worth more than passion. You learn that love without loyalty is just a pretty lie wearing your trust. Every man watching this right now, remember this truth. You can't control another person's choices, but you can control how you respond to them. You can choose calm over chaos. You can choose to rebuild your spirit instead of chasing someone who broke it. The Stoic man never seeks revenge. He doesn't expose. He doesn't humiliate. He simply moves on quietly and lets time show who really lost, because no one truly wins by betraying a loyal soul. Keep your dignity, keep your standards, and never apologize for protecting your peace. You owe that to yourself, to your purpose, and to the man you're becoming. This journey isn't about hate. It's about awareness. It's about learning how to see clearly, love wisely, and walk away when love becomes poison. If this message spoke to your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a brother who needs to hear it. Hit like, subscribe, and stay connected to Stoic Golden Tribe, where men grow wiser, calmer, and stronger, no matter what life throws their way. Now tell me in the comments below, what's the greatest lesson betrayal ever taught you? Stay strong, stay grounded, and remember, silence, peace, and self-respect will always be the loudest revenge.